Welcome to Topic 5, Lesson 3, Connecting Models and Symbols. So we're going to talk about how we can use an array to model dividing two-digit divisors. So just as a little background, we're going to look at an array and remind ourselves what an array is. So if I had the problem 5 times 4 equals 20, and I was going to draw an array, I would draw, get some color here. Okay, so I would draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's my 5. Straighten up my line here a little bit. Here redo my line. One, two, three, 4, 5. There we go. So there's my 5. And then in the other direction, I'm going to have to go 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to connect them. So I would have a 5 by 4 array. So 5 going here, 4 going this way, and then I should have 20 squares in here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have a 5 by 4 array with, and it's 20 in the center. So that's an example of how we've used arrays in the past to show multiplication. We're going to look at that in division, because you could read this not only as 5 times 4 equals 20, you could also read this as 20 divided by 5 equals 4. You could also read this as 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of use this format of an array. Instead of thinking of it as we traditionally have as a multiplication, we're going to think of it now as a division. And we're going to use it to solve a division problem. And I'll show you how that works in a second here. So let's say we were doing 288 divided by 12. So I've kind of set up an array here. And we have, or I should say somebody set up an array here. So we have our 12 on one side, and we have our 288 so in the middle. But we don't know how long this side is, right? Because that would be the quotient. So here is our divisor. Here's our, I'm sorry, this would be the quotient. This is our dividend. This is our divisor. That's our quotient. So we don't know what the quotient is. But we do know that we're going to have 12 squares going in one direction, and the total number of squares in the box that we create is going to be 288. So the question is, how can we use this to find that out? And the way we're going to do that is, so I've kind of written this out a little bit here. We have 12 here, right? So I've divided my 12, kind of just like I have here. I have my 12 here. But this, again, the length of this side we don't know. So I've left that blank. But I know I'm going to have 288 of these squares in the center of them. And so I'm going to start by breaking off into tens. And I'm going to go over 10. I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to make it going in both directions. Oh, there we go, 10. Okay. Now I'm going to take and do a here, I have the advantage of being able to have different lifestyles here. So I'm going to actually take it and go, oops, sorry. It doesn't do what I want it to do. Okay. Okay. So I've done my first block. So I've got in here, I've got 10. You know, I'm going to do this in another color to make it a little bit more clear. Let's use this one, whatever that is. So, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this, because this is going to get confusing. Okay, so I've got, I need to have a total of 288, right? So how many do I have here? I'm losing my voice today. I've got 120. but I have to get up to 288. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break off another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do the same thing up at the top. That's not a very good line. Let's redo that. Okay. And then again, I'm going to put in my dotted line. And I've broken off. I think I used that. Another 10. So now we've got another 120. So I've got 120, I've got 120. So I've got a total of, up to this point, I'm going to write a little note here. I've got 240. I have to get to 288. So I'm going to start breaking them off in tens. Or I should say, yeah, in tens. So if I break off, I'm going to break off 10. So that gives us 10 more. So now we're at 250. I'm sorry, no. That gives us 12 more. I'm sorry. It gives us 12 more, so that gets us up to 252. Not quite there yet, right? So we're going to break off another 10. Which will give us another 12 more, which will get us up to 264. And break off another 10 more. Don't do that. That would be a nightmare. Well, not a nightmare. That's a little overstating it, but it wouldn't be a good thing. Okay. And now we're going to do another 12. And now we're going to be up to 276. We're getting close. And we're going to break off 12 more. 12 more. And now we're finally at 288. Because we were at 240, plus 12 was 252, plus 12 was 264, plus 12 was 276, plus 12 was 288. So if I counted up all these squares, which I'm not going to do because it would take forever, this is already 10 minutes, I would have 288. And I had, so this is this is 1, 1, 1, 1. So now we have 10. So this would be 12 by 24. Because we have 10 here. Then we have 1. Because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we had 1, 1, 1, and 1. So this would equal 24. So now we would know that 12 times 24 equals 288, or 288 divided by 12 equals 24. Or we could say 288 divided by 24 equals 12. And that's how we would use a model to show division. Now, this is obviously a completely impractical way to do division. You're not going to do a division problem this way. But this is just showing you what it looks like and the connection between multiplication and division. Needless to say, I'm not going to have you do a you try it because you don't have any grid paper. But thank you for listening, and we'll talk more about this in the morning. Thank you. Bye-bye.